All right, so I'm going to show you the switches and the LEDs, and then I think some of you are going to get through that pretty quickly, so I'll also get you started on the circuit board today, just so that no one has to wait. So in your bag, you should have 4 of these switches, okay? Really simple little devices. It's just like when you push the button, it connects these 2 pins together with a wire and allows whatever to flow through that you're trying to do. So that's it. So we just need to solder 2 wires to this thing that will go into your circuit board. So I'm going to stick it in there. And if you look at your diagram, you'll see the switches. You get 1 of each color, and then so you got an orange, a blue, a green, a yellow, and then the other side of the switch gets a red wire. And that's the side that's going to get hooked up to the positive battery terminal, okay? So I'm going to do an orange and a red wire. So here are my orange and red wires. I'll do let me tin these tabs first. So I'm just going to tin those to get them ready to accept some wire. Do the orange one. I'm just going to cut that pretty short. And then solder it to that tab, and you're going to have to hold it in place while it cools, or there's nothing it's grabbing onto other than the solder. Okay. I want to go pretty quick with these because these switches are pretty much all plastic. So if you go too slow, you will destroy the switch. Okay, the heat is going to destroy this. So here I'm going to put the red one on. Okay, oops. All I did was heat it up enough for it to melt, and then I'm holding the wire in place with the solder iron off the tab, right? And then you'll see it harden again, and that's when you can let go. Okay, so there's my orange switch, okay? And then you're gonna repeat that for blue, green, and yellow, like so. They all have, I mean, it looks orange in here, in the camera, but it's red. So, so they all have a red, and then the other color that goes with whatever circuit that is. So, orange, red, blue, red, green, red, yellow, red. Okay. All right. And then to do the LEDs, here's your LED. And remember, you want to make sure you know where the flat side is here, and you can feel it, and it's probably going to be the shorter wire, okay? So the round side with the longer wire is where you're going to put your resistor, okay? So the longer wire here, and you just want to double check that that's the round side. That's where your resistor is going to go. And what I like to do is I like to kind of use my pliers kind of pretty close up here. You see there's an area of the wire where it thickens a little bit. You don't want to bend that part. So go right below the area where it starts getting thick. And then you're just going to wrap this around your pliers. You're just trying to create a little loop, okay? So you just want a little loop that you can use to solder to, okay? So there's my loop, and then I'm gonna just cut the excess off like that. Then I can stick it in my vise. And then I'm gonna tin that. And then you should have 4 resistors in your bag. Here's one. So I'm going to cut it again pretty short. And then solder this short end to my little loop that I made. And kind of hold it in place so it doesn't fall off until it cools. Then once you think it's on there, give it a good tug. I mean, just a tug, you're not really trying to get it off. Just give it a firm tug and make sure it doesn't come off, okay? Now I gotta solder a wire onto the other end of this resistor, because this is the resistor is what's gonna protect this LED from blowing up. Yeah, Mitchell? Say what?
Is there a direction that the resistor needs to be placed in?
Technically, no. It should work no matter which side you put the resistor on, but I'm having you put it on the circuit board side, not the battery side. Okay, so that's why I say you want to find the round edge, and that's with the longer lead, and that's the one you want to put the resistor on for this one. But technically, it could go on either one, and it would still work. Though the more important thing is that you get the colors right, so because otherwise it'll get really confusing. So you want the colored wire to go on the round side, and then the black wire to go on the flat side. And the color wire goes with the resistor on that round side, okay? If the resistor ends up over on the other side, that's fine. It will probably still work, but you really want the black wire on the flat side and the color wire on the round side, okay?
Is there a direction to the resistors?
No.
Okay.
Nope, the resistors work either direction. But there is a direction to the diode, because that's how they work, okay? So now I'm gonna make another little loop in my resistor here, because now I gotta solder a wire to this. The loop is optional. I just find it's a little bit easier to solder to it if you've got a little tab to work with. Okay. And then we'll tin my little loop. And this is going to get my orange wire. So I'm going to cut my orange wire nice and short. And then solder that to the little tab. Again, hold it in place while it cools, otherwise it'll fall right off. And then you got to heat this LED up again, and the more you heat it up, the more likely you are to blow it up, okay? So that's why we're doing these last, because by now you should be really good with the soldering, okay? By the time you get to the LEDs and the switches, you should know what you're doing, okay? And you shouldn't be taking 5 minutes to solder one joint. So you want to do these pretty quick, just like I'm showing you. Okay, now I'm going to put the black wire on this other side. So I'm going to make another loop on this other side of the LED. Again, just below that thick part on the wire. I'm just going to kind of flatten it out with my pliers. And then I'll cut it like that. And we'll tin it a little bit. That. And then here's my last wire, my black one. Finally used them all. And we're going to solder this to there. There you go. Okay, now, this is going to ultimately get squished together inside of our box, and I really don't want those wires to touch. Okay, because if they touch, then this whole thing doesn't work. So you will find in your bag some little pieces of heat shrink. You'll have an orange, a green, a blue, and a yellow piece of heat shrink. And what we're going to do is we're going to slide this heat shrink up over this resistor side, okay? And then we're going to push it all the way up against the LED, and then we're going to heat shrink it with or heat it up with the heat gun, and that'll keep it from shorting, okay? So let me show you how that is done. Here's my heat gun. Okay, now I would really recommend using your pliers when you do this, because this thing's gonna get hot. So kind of hold it like this so that gravity's pushing that little piece of heat shrink towards the LED. Then you're going to flip on the heat gun to level 2 and shrink it. That's pretty good. See that? That just insulates that wire so that it never touches. Okay. So let me do it real quick with my other 4 LEDs, and then I can show you how to load them into the box. So here's my green. And my yellow. Good. And finally, my blue. There you go. Make sense? All right. So, at this point, your box should look something like this. It's got all your connectors loaded in it, okay, and it's just missing the switches and the LEDs. So you should have in your bag this little bag of LED holders. There's 5 of them in there. You only need 4, so you can mess up one of them, and then you got another one. But what you're going to do is you're just going to stick these into these little holes like this. Okay. Okay, and then hopefully by now you've decided whether you're going to have a right-handed box or a left-handed box. I'm doing a right-handed box, which means that I'm going to be pushing the button with my right thumb so I can see the LEDs over there. And if that's the case, then your XLR pins connector will be on that side with the buttons. But that means this is button 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and button 1 is my orange one. So you want to make sure you put these in here in that order. Orange, blue, green, yellow. Okay, super important. If you get those backwards, you're going to think all your cables are wrong. And that will be very confusing for you. So there's a little lock washer and a nut on these switches. You can take that off if you've put it on. And we're going to feed the switch through the hole. And then stick the lock washer first. And then the little nut. Now you got to be really careful with this nut because it's metal, but the threads on the connector are plastic. And so if you don't get it on right, and just start forcing it, you will destroy the threads on that switch, and then you'll never be able to get it tight. And that would be bad for you. So you should be able to turn it just with your fingers without any trouble up until it hits the box. Then at that point, you want to make sure you're holding the ring here, not the switch cap, right? The black ring, because otherwise you'll twist the cap off, and that would be bad. Okay. And then let me find my orange LED to go with my orange switch. So here's my orange LED, and I'm gonna just slide it into my little holder there. Oops. And you may want to get like a little screwdriver or something to nudge it in there. Otherwise, you'll do what I just did and bend the wire. So I'm just going to use this little poker and actually push on the LED itself. Until it should snap in there. Come on, get in there, you. I can't get it in. I need something more substantial. Where's my pliers? Well, I'm going to need to play with that for a minute. But what you want is the little tabs on the LED clip should grab the little ring on the end of that LED. I'm struggling with it a little bit, but I won't make you watch me struggle. So once you get all the switches and all the LEDs in, then I can show you how to do the board, okay? So get started on that, and then when I'm done doing this, I'm getting all my switches, then I'll start doing the board. Questions?